guys, so now we are recording. So we were just talking about how we are learning a different way to find a common denominator, not to subtract, not to add, just to find a common denominator, and not the least common denominator, but just one that they have in common. So the way that we're going to learn today is by multiplying your two denominators, so 12 and 6 in this case, and they want you to multiply them by each other, and whatever you get is going to be your new denominator. So they multiply 12 times 6, and you can see that it's 72. So that's going to be our new denominator, and I'll show you how they did it, but I redid it here at the top because it's a little bit confusing the way they explain it. So we have 7 over 12, and then we have 7 over 12 times 6, and then that's going to give us 42 over 72, and then we had 5 over 6 times 12, which is going to give us 60 over 72. So those two are our new fractions, and we have 72 as the denominator, but, and y'all pay close attention because this is going to get confusing if you don't pay attention. I rewrote it up here so that I could show y'all. So we have 7 over 12, and we have 5 over 6. So what they want you to do is they want you to multiply the denominators to get your new denominator, but what you'll have to do is you'll have to multiply the whole fraction by the other denominator. So what they want you to do is, say we take 12, we have to pull it over here to the side and multiply by this fraction so that we can get our new denominator. So we're going to take 12, put 12 over 12 so we can multiply the top and the bottom. And then 5 times 12, let me get my thing here, is going to equal 60. And then 6 times 12 is going to equal 72. So they want you to do the same thing to your other side. So say we have this fraction right here. They want you to take the 6 and they want you to multiply the 6 by the whole fraction. So you're going to pull the 6 over to the side. You're going to have 6 over 6 and multiply it by this fraction. So we know that 6 times 12, we're going to put it over here, is going to equal, 6 times 7 is going to equal 42. And we know that our new denominator is 72. So those are going to be your new fractions. So it says that they want us to rename the fractions. That just means that they want us to find a common denominator for both fractions. They just want us to change it. So give me a thumbs up if you think you get it. Give me a middle thumb if you're confused. Give me thumbs down if you don't know what's going on. What do you think, Athena? How do you feel? Thumbs up, thumbs down? I got thumbs up, I got thumbs up, I got meh, I got a good, I got a middle thumb. Okay, so I'm going to do one for y'all. So I'm going to scoot this over here. And I'm going to, let me scoot that up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one for y'all. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell y'all about the second way. The second way that we're going to learn to do it is to kind of pay attention and look at your denominators. So the denominator that we had was 12 and 6. So we know that 12 is a multiple of 6. So we know that we can multiply by 2 to get to 6. So what they said that you can also do is you can just look at 5 over 6, multiply it by 2 for the top and the bottom, and then get 10 over 12. So you could also get 10 over 12 and then 7 over 12, and you have a common denominator once again. So that's another way that you could do it. Bless you, Athena. All right, so let's look at number 1. I'm going to do it for y'all, and then we're going to do a couple of problems together, and then you are going to show me your answers, and y'all are going to have a quiz today over the fractions and estimation we've been doing, and then we're good to go for the day. All right, so, yes, honey bun.
I have a question. How do you know which denominator to multiply? Like, do you multiply the left denominator or the right denominator?
Okay.
Or the
I'll show you. Look, I'll show you right now. So we have 3 over 8 and 2 over 3. And I'm going to rewrite it so I can multiply. And 2 over 3. And remember, we're not adding. We're not subtracting right now. We're just finding a way to get a different denominator. So we have 3 over 8. And then we have 2 over 3. So what they would want you to do is to multiply 8 times 3 to get your common denominator. So what's 8 times 3? You can tell me what 8 times 3 is. 24. Beautiful. Thank you. So 8 times 3 is 24. So you want to put your denominator off to the side because you know that your new denominator is going to be 24. And I'll give you another way to think of this so that maybe it'll click in your head a different way. So we're going to be multiplying both of your fractions to make your new denominator 24. So we had to multiply 3 times a number to get it to 24. What did we multiply 3 by to get it to 24? So we had to multiply 3 by 8. So we multiplied by 8. So that means that we have to multiply 2 by 8 as well. So let me scoot this over a little bit. 3, 8 equals. So we had to multiply 3 by 8. That means we got to multiply 2 by 8 as well. So 2 times 8 is 16. All right, so now let's look over here. And I'm going to move this over again. All right, so what do we multiply 8 by to get to 24? We know our new denominator is 24. What do we multiply 8 by? I'm getting 3s, I'm getting 3s, I'm getting 3s. Fantastic. So we multiply 8 times 3 to get to 24. So that means we have to multiply the top two. We have to multiply 3 by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. So our new denominator is 24. Our new fraction is 9 over 24 and 16 over 24. So that's what you can do. You can think, I know my denominator is 24, but what do I need to multiply my old denominator by to get here? And then you do the same for this side as well, because you're not going to multiply both of them by the same thing. Or you can do what we did up here, which is take your denominator and take your denominator on the right side, or where are we? On the left side, and multiply it by the whole right side fraction. Or take your denominator on the right side and pull it to the left, multiply it to the left fraction. Yes, there is lots of steps, but I'm going to do one more so that we make sure we have it. Where am I? I can't see. Here we go. Okay, now this one I'm going to do it the second way. And this is the short way, and this is the easy way whenever it works out for you. But sometimes it doesn't work out like this. So we have 1 over 6, and we have 1 over 3. And we want to make the denominators the same, but we know that we can put 3 into 6. How many times can we put 3 into 6? Show me with your fingers. 2. We can put 3 into 6 2 times. So we just have to multiply this fraction, and that's it. So we can multiply it by 2 over 2, because we're multiplying the top and the bottom. What we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom as well. And that gives us 2 over 6. And then you're done. You have 2 common denominators. Another way we can do that, I'm going to show y'all what to do with these 2 fractions. Only I'm going to show you multiplying the denominators. So we have 1 over 6, and we have 1 over 3. So we're looking at the denominators. What's 6 times 3? 6 times 3 is 18. Very good. So we're going to multiply it by a number that's unknown to get to our new denominator is, what is it? I was about to write 24. Our new denominator is 18. So we get to write our new denominators. So we have our denominators. How many times do we multiply 3 to get to 18? How many times do we have to multiply 3? We multiplied 6 times. So that means we're going to multiply 6 over 6. So we know that 3 times 6 is 18. We have 1 times 6 is 6. So there's one of your new fractions. All right, now we're going to look at this side. We know that 6 times 3 is 18. So we had to multiply 6 by 3 to get to 18. So that means we have to multiply 3 by the top and the bottom. So 1 times 3 is 3. And there's your other new fraction. So now you have two common denominators by multiplying the two denominators. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up if you think you got it. Middle thumb if you're not sure. Thumbs down if you don't know what's going on. Side thumb. All right, so y'all are going to try it by yourself. I want y'all to do, you are going to, can y'all see those? Go ahead and get your pencil and your piece of paper. I want y'all to look at number 4 right here. It says 2 over 5 and 1 over 6. So go ahead and write that on your paper. If you're not sure, just try your best, and then we're going to go over it. Go ahead and write 2 over 5 and 1 over 6 on your piece of paper and find a common denominator. You can use any method that you'd like. I'll give y'all about 2 minutes. All right, Lene's done. I'll give y'all about 1 more minute, and then I'm going to ask y'all what your new denominator was and what your new fractions are. Okay, I got a couple people done. I'll give y'all about 30 more seconds, get everybody a chance. All right, so let's go ahead and give y'all, or go ahead and give me your new fraction. Somebody, anybody? I see Jaslyn's.
Can I?
Yes, Lene. Let me see if yours are different from Jaslyn's, because Jaslyn already. Yours are different or the same?
The same.
Yours are the same? Okay, so Jaslyn and Lene both got 12 over 30 and 5 over 30. So how many times did they multiply 1 over 6? How many times did they multiply 1 over 6? What did they multiply by? If we got 1 over 6 and we changed it to 5 over 30, then what did they need to multiply by? What do you think, Lene? What did you multiply?
I multiply times. But 5 plus 6 equals 30, that's the denominator, and since I multiplied the left by the right, so 5 times 1, and that equals 5, and 6 times 2 equals 12, so that's how I get my answer.
So you multiplied the right side by 5, And then you multiplied the left side by 6. Very good. Did anybody get a denominator that wasn't 30? Did anybody get a different denominator? Aiden, Eric, did y'all get? Aiden got 30. All right, so it looks like we all got the same denominator. So let's go ahead and move on to 5. This is going to be the last one that we're going to do. And then I'll let y'all go take your quiz. In fact, I'm going to post that right now. Okay, so we have 1 over 3 and we have 4 over 5. So go ahead and find a common denominator. It can be any common denominator. So technically everybody could get a different answer because there's so many possibilities of what your common denominator could be between 3 and 5. All right, I see a couple people done. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all about 30 more seconds. And I just posted y'all's quiz. It's going to be under quizzes at the very bottom. All right, so Siv, go ahead and give me your new denominator. 5 over 15 and 12 over 15. So 5 over 15, 12 over 15. What did you multiply 4 over 5 by, Siv? What did you multiply 4 over 5 by? Can you hear me, Siv? What did y'all multiply 4 over 5 by to get 12 over 15? What do we multiply this side by? So we multiplied this side by 3. And what did y'all multiply 1 over 3 by to get 5 over 15? Multiplied this side by 5. So do y'all see the pattern here? Do you see where this one goes to this one and this one goes to this one whenever you are multiplying? All right, so how do y'all feel about that method? How do you feel about finding a common denominator? Fantastic, guys. So that's all that we have for today. It was a short lesson, just expanding our knowledge on fractions. I'll go ahead and let y'all go. You do have a quiz. It's a short 10-question quiz. And remember, your name is 10 points. So if it says wrong, remember that I have to go back and correct it. So don't worry about that. I'll go ahead and